So I'm Shyamini, and I'm the Head of Learning and Capability at Tegel Foods. So if you're not familiar with Tegel Foods, we are the largest poultry chicken company in New Zealand, and we're quite a complex business going across the country. We have about 2,000 over employees. We've got farms, hatcheries, and processing sites. So it's a really, really complex business. And I head their learning and help people connect to each other through different forms of learning. So today's topic, how collaborative learning is shaping the future of tech careers. So picture this, right? You've got a job. First week, you're in a tech company. You're invited to a meeting, and everybody's discussing this problem, a complex issue, and you're sitting there and watching everyone talk, and all of a sudden, you realize they're missing the point here. And something pops in your head, and you hear yourself saying it out loud, and then there's a moment of panic because everyone's quiet, and you have an OMG moment, like, oh my goodness, what have I said? And then suddenly one of your colleagues say, that's interesting, that's good. And next thing you know, what's happening is everyone's collaborating to see how they can implement your idea. So that is what collaboration is all about. So when I when I was invited to do this talk, and I said to my boss and my colleagues, hey, I've been invited on this. This is the topic. I tell you what, they all had a roll their eye moment going, what? So I said, you know what, I'm going to break it down. So break it down for myself first and for you. Future tech careers. Future, it's all here. But really the definition is these are the technology careers that will be in demand now and in the future. So as the head of learning, I look for people who can come into my team who know about learning technology, developing e-learning, things like that. Then you have collaborative education systems. What is this? This is your stakeholders, right? People like yourselves in academics, your students, the industry. They all come together, people in government and writing policies, who come together to create a model for people to collaborate, to enable for our future people who are going into tech careers to be successful. What I'm focusing on my talk today is around collaborative learning. What is that, right? So I just spoke about that example, the story in the beginning. So let's name her. Her name's Emily. Now, Emily, as a student in school, she loved working in groups, but she found that she was not very confident in critical thinking. She wasn't really confident in problem solving. She just didn't think she was good enough to do that, but she really wanted to be in group projects. Now, she had a wonderful teacher, and her teacher provided her with opportunities to work in multiple projects. So on one particular project, where there were different people from different classes who came together to work on this, and it was a very successful project. And she suddenly realized she was better at teamwork. She was better at problem solving. So you see, which is why when she got into her first job, she was quite brave to speak up and come up with some ideas. So that's what I want to really focus on some of the opportunities that you can provide your learners, or you as learners can go and seek opportunities to how do you collaborate, how do you build on some of these skills that we just talked about. So in preparing for this talk, as I do preparing, I spoke to my IT department, especially for one particular person who was recruiting for someone in her team. And I said, hey, how's the CVs going? You getting a lot of people? She goes, yeah, I am. Yes. And on paper, amazing. And then I interview them. And then I'm underwhelmed. And I go, why? She goes, they can't give me examples. They can't talk to me about collaboration. They can't talk to me about teamwork. So if you look at the Society for Human Resource Management, teamwork and collaboration skills, top 5 skills they're looking for. If you look at, in the tech industry, 94% of employees believe that collaboration skills is essential. And she said to me, they're unable to tell me and give me examples about how they look for diverse perspectives, how they can use that to be more innovative. So critical thinking skills, problem-solving skills, communication skills, these are what you have to be in today's to be a leader in today's world. So first of all, how do I lead myself? And that means, how can I work effectively in teams? How can I navigate complex social dynamics? So all this, what I'm doing, what I've been leading to, is why collaborative learning is important for those of you who are going into technology careers. Rapidly changing technology, you've got to be agile. And in my world, I always tell my people, you need to unlearn, relearn. So you've got to have some resilience. Cross-functional collaboration. Now, my team and I are on we're rolling out a huge project at the moment, and it's around the payroll system. Do I know anything about payroll? Nah, I don't know anything about payroll. But we're working collaboratively to roll out a system. I'm working with my IT department, working with our operations, and my team are doing all the learning that's necessary for people to learn this new system. Where do we have problems? It's miscommunications, almost like the IT department and the people speak a different language. So teamwork, communication, the more opportunities we provide our people to collaborate, have more learning opportunities where they can come from different disciplines, will help them be better communicators. Now, the other thing that you underestimate is industry connections. There are a lot of us in the industry who actually want to come and share, who want to help, who are very keen to ensure that you're successful. So I have a graduate in my team at the moment. So I said to her, she said to me after about a year with me, she said, Shyamini, what I learned at uni sometimes feels so disconnected to what's actually happening in the real world. So, and coming from, a young lady who's just finished university, I thought that was really good. So this was specifically dedicated to Sky, who said to me, Shyamini, this is really important that industry and academia talk and design curriculums so that people are successful, who can go out and work, step into the workforce and be successful. So examples of collaborative learning and initiatives. I'm sure some of you have heard about all these things that are happening. Now look, we've got underrepresented communities in the Maori and Pacifica communities who we need to hear more of the voices. So there are a lot of initiatives, a lot of large organizations put in a lot of effort and money into creating an environment for women in technology, for example. Because we need these voices, we need the diverse perspectives. Hackathons, coding, boot camps. If you're a student here, go look for them. There are so many opportunities out there. Industry and academic collaboration. So thank you for inviting me here today, because I think this is really important that I have a voice as well to say this is what we need and we are looking for. Internships, mentoring, graduate opportunities. There are lots of things out there to help. I can go on talking, as you can see. So how many minutes do I have left? Okay. Right, so challenges and barriers with collaborative learning. Different learning styles. Now that's my specialty, my area of expertise. We have different learning styles, so that can be a bit of a challenge. Time constraints, working together, collaboration, takes time. I don't have any patience. We're working in a very fast-paced world. Technology barriers, not everybody has equal access to technology. So there's some communities in New Zealand that do not have access to technology. Group dynamics, we all know. I have this coffin in my team, so someone doesn't want to like the other person. You have to deal with that. So as a leader, I have to maneuver these little cultural differences as well. So what are the solutions? You can foster an inclusive environment. How do we create a psychologically safe place for people to be able to bring their selves, share their ideas like Emily was able to. And you know why she was able to? Because she could practice, because her teachers knew that it was really important to create that environment for her. So encouraging open communication, time constraints, we can work with time management skills, helping people understand how to work collaboratively. Technology, there's a lot of technology out there to enable working in collaboration, Me Robots, for example, project management tools. So look, I'm going to finish up before they tell me to leave, that collaborative learning, when you have an environment where you are going to support this and create these situations, what we're doing is building the skills. All those people say soft skills, I say enterprise skills, right? They're the enterprise skills that are needed to be successful in the future tech careers. And for us, we want more innovation, we want more creative, we want everyone, all of us, to be represented in the design of any solutions. So I'm done. Thank you.